Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shay Untonen and today's makeup tutorial is this Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look. I hope you enjoy it and please feel free to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, greatly appreciated, and stay tuned for the rest of the video. I'm going to start off using the Lime Life primer spray. It is a mineral-based, vitamin-based spray that it's really nice and light and it's silicone-free. I quite enjoy that one. And then I'm going to prep my eyelids with the Lime Life concealer. This is the one that I use on my under eyes for lightening and brightening. This is the one I use to correct my red spots, and then my foundation. The palettes are totally customizable. You can just buy foundation or you can do the foundation with 2 concealers. And I'm just going in with brush number 5, the Lime Life brush, and just going to buff this on my lid. I like to use this concealer for prepping my eye for makeup looks because it is water resistant, and it has a slight tackiness, so it helps make your eyeshadows go on really bright and just gives some grip, something for the eyeshadow to hold on to, kind of. I'm going to use the Lime Life eyeshadow number 3 here, and the eyeshadows also are customizable, so you can choose how many you want to buy. You can buy just 1 or 4 well or 6 well or the big 18 well and pick your own colors. And then I'm going to use the Lime Life setting spray. This locks your makeup in place for up to 16 hours and gave my brush a light spritz. This is brush number 7. It's this beautiful dome shaped brush, and just lightly press it on. And I'm going to just pack this on my inner lid. And I want this to be pretty vibrant and bold. And I'm not being too cautious about if I go up too high because I'm going to be putting brown in there, blending it anyway. I'm going to go in with the brush, Morphe brush M441, and with the Lime Life eyeshadow number 7 here. Just lightly tap that on, and I'm going to go on my crease. And blend that on the inner corner as well, just lightly fluff it out. And I want this to blend out. So once I don't have as much on my brush, just lightly go a little higher. Okay, once you get that on, that just helps with the transition shade there. So then you don't necessarily have to if you just want to pop the yellow on, but it gives a nice blended effect that way. And then I'm going to go in with Lime Life's number 16. It's this rich, darker brown shade. And I'm going to smoke out my outer lid here. So I'm just lightly tapping this on. If you do a tapping motion like this packs your pigment on a little more. If you swirl it, then that gives more of a diffused, blended look. But I'm just wanting to pack this on right now and get it on there. And that transition shade is going to make it easier for blending. You don't have to blend as much because you've got that on there. And then just very light-handed, bring it into the inner corner a little bit. because I want this to be very bright, like this is very pretty just as is. I really love this goldeny shade, but I really wanted the yellow to pop. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe James Charles palette. And this is just kind of a fun palette to play with for some bright colors. I do find the pigment isn't as... The texture of these palettes are a little bit more kind of chalkier. I find they can be a little bit trickier for blending, but they're really pretty nice pop of colors. So I just kind of like to use these once I get my eyeshadow on for pop of color somewhere. So then I just tap it on and I don't need to blend it a whole lot. I try to not to work around having to do a lot of blending with these kind of eyeshadows because they just are a little bit trickier to work with. A little less forgiving, I guess you could say. Slightly bringing that on that lower duct a little bit. I'm not too worried about getting messy. That's why I haven't done my foundation or anything yet. And then back with my brush that I was using before with the brown, and I'm not putting anything else on. I'm just going to smoke that on my lower line. And anything that I feel that needs a little bit more blending, go back in quickly. All right, so now I've got my brows on. I am going to go in and fix this complexion a bit with the Limelight foundation. The Limelight foundation is 50% pigment, and you can do it either with brush or sponge. This is the Limelight blenderful sponge. It is a lovely tool to have. And just a couple of little dabs will go a long way. It is 50% pigment, so you don't need a lot. This is super lightweight stuff. It feels like your skin, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this stuff. It doesn't sink into your pores. It's non-codogenic, so that's a must-have for anyone who deals with acne, has problems with acne, because it's not going to cause additional breakouts. And with the sponge, just lightly dab it on. It's a wax-based foundation, so it is a little different to work with. And once I don't have as much on my sponge, I just go into my under eye. It's not cakey. It feels like my skin. You don't need to use a lot to get full coverage. It is buildable though. So you can do, if you don't like a full coverage foundation, you can also mix this with a skincare product. If you like a more dewy finish, you can mix it with the Limelight Dew Date, or you can mix it with the Sotox as well, and then get the added benefits of your skincare, which is really lovely. And I'm quite pale right now, so I like to bring it down onto my neck a bit too. You do definitely want to set your makeup in place once you get your foundation on. The Limelight setting powder is a very finely milled, translucent setting powder. You do not need a lot, just a light dab. And I have very dry skin, but you still want to set your makeup in place. Some people think it's just for oily skin girls, but it's not. This just really keeps things from moving around as the day goes on. And I like to just dab because you've already got your foundation where you want it. I'm going to use the matte bronzer. This is the bronzer number 3. And with brush number 3, it's this nice fluffy brush, but it has that nice curve to it. Start up in your hairline, top corner of the ear here, and bring it in. Don't bring your bronzer any further than kind of like the corner of your eye. You're just creating some depth, creating a cheekbone, and this gives a really nice warmth to my skin without looking orangey. You can already see I'm starting to get more of a cheekbone there. Once I get that on, once I get that on, and I just like to fluff it up into my top hairline here a little bit. Then bring it in that lower jaw a little bit to create a shadow here. This is going to create some depth. And then last but not least, up in this your corner hairline here, I like to kind of push it into my hair a little bit too, especially if you have some missing hair up in here. Just kind of helps fill that in a little bit, and especially if your hair is quite dark. So it's basically, when you're bronzing, kind of the number 3. You want to think? You're creating a 3. And then I'm going to use blush number 3. It's this soft pinky blush. These palettes are also customizable, so you can choose 1, 2, or 3, and then you can also pick your shades, which is really nice. And these are also available on my website. And just a light hint, very softly tap, and I'm still using the same brush I did with my bronzer. These, their powders are so pigmented that you really just need a very tiny amount in on your brush, like very softly tap. And then I am going to do a liner. The Lime Life liquid liner is this fiber tipped liner, and it dries and sets in place, and then it's not going anywhere. It is water resistant, so you definitely are going to need some makeup remover or something to take it off, but it doesn't smudge throughout the day, which is huge. And I'm not doing a wing with this. I feel like the yellow's bold enough. And the trick is with the eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner, is to go into the side. Don't go straight on. That's how you're going to get a really jagged line. If you go in sideways with your tip and then just drag it gently, that helps get a smoother line, because I have the shakiest hands. So I'm going to do my other eye quickly, and then I'm going to do my Lime Life fiber mascara and throw on some lashes, and I will be back. Okay everyone, so now I've got the eyelashes on and the look is all coming together very nicely. I'm not usually a big yellow fan, but I do really love how this goes together. With the bright yellow on the inner duct, I'm going to go in with more of a nude tone lip color. This is the Lime Life Enduring Lip Color. It is the shade Ruby Chocolate. This lip color keeps on selling out every time it comes back in stock within minutes. It's crazy. Everyone's going totally obsessed with this, and I do absolutely love this shade. It's a very super pretty shade, and it looks fabulous on everybody. So this is the Ruby Chocolate. I like to apply a little bit and then rub it in first. It is a long-lasting lip color. It goes on like a mousse and then dries, so it should last 6 to 8 hours. And it does not dry your lips out and get crusty and crunchy though. And then I like to do one more, just to make sure I've got it all on. So it dries like a matte. This one has no shimmer or sparkle to it. So you could top it with a lip gloss if you wanted something shiny, but that will stop it from lasting as long, but it would still last quite a while even if you did that. Beautiful shade. It should be back in stock on my website here, so keep an eye out for it, or follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I always give updates when these things come back in stock, so that's really helpful as well. But yeah, this is today's look, and I hope you enjoy it. Please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That's greatly appreciated, and I will see everybody later. Thanks, guys.